In this video, we'll learn about the differences between WordPress posts and WordPress pages. In WordPress, generally, there are two types of written main content that we could add to a WordPress site. We have posts and we also have pages. And especially when you're newer to WordPress, it can be very difficult to understand the difference between the two. And one of the biggest reasons for this is if we come up to a screen that allows us to create a new post, you'll notice we have word processor type features here. We can choose a post format, and we also have things like categories and tags. If we switch over to the page that allows us to add a new page, you'll notice it looks nearly identical. We also have word processor type features. We have things like page attributes and a featured image. And if I come over to my WordPress site, I'm just going to click on the front page. Let's go ahead and take a look at the difference between the two, what these actually look like, so we can get a better feel for how these are different. So this is my WordPress front page, and by default it features a feed of our most recent posts in reverse chronological order, so from our newest post to our older post. And if you're thinking about types of websites that this might remind you of, then if you're thinking of a blog, then that's a good example of what type of content posts were really meant to be a part of. So something like a news site or a blog site or any kind of written content. And if we look at these individual posts, you'll notice they have a date, they have different categories, they have comments, so really relevant information that depends on chronologically when it was created and things of that nature, things that are getting refreshed all the time. And if I come up to an example of what one of my pages is like, if I click on this, then you'll see we have similar content. We also have a title, we have an image on this page, we have some content, but we don't have things like what date it was published. It's not categorized or tagged or organized in any manner by when it was published. So in WordPress, a post is time-sensitive content that can be categorized, tagged, and archived. So the blog-like content that makes up your website if you have a blog on your WordPress site. Pages, on the other hand, are timeless content or information. So think of things like a contact page or an about page or things that really don't change much over time. They are updated periodically. They aren't freshly published and added to that feed. And they also don't have the ability to be categorized or tagged like a post does in WordPress. If at any point in time you need a refresher, you forget what the difference between a post or a page, or you want to get more help deciding which one you should be creating, you can always come in the post editing screen or the page editing screen up here in the top right and click this help toggle, and you'll get different information about creating a new post in WordPress. And also on the right, we have links to the documentation or the support forums if you want to post a specific question. And on the page editing screen, we have the same thing as well. If I come over here to the help toggle, then we have a really great explanation about the differences between a post and a page.